Well, hello, I am Kevin John, and thank you for joining me for this ABC10 Plus special on high school football. Now, it was an amazing start to the season here in the Sac-Joaquin Section. We're going to look back at some of the opening week's action, including the big-time game between Folsom and Grant. But first, let's look to the second week of high school football action with our Game of the Week matchup featuring Vista del Lago and Bradshaw Christian. ABC 10's Matt George has the preview.
Go!
The Vista del Lago Eagles and Bradshaw Christian Pride both started their season with victories. Week 1 wins reaffirm the months of hard work in the weight room and training camp, but the Eagles know there's still room to grow.
First game, week 1, we're 1-0. It just brings the momentum to come into this second week going against Bradshaw Christian. Gives the team a little more energy. Game went good. We executed our plans, but there's still room for some improvement.
I think we played really good. I think we shocked a lot of people. A lot of people didn't think we can go out there and win that game, but we showed that we can. We came out there firing, but we can still work on a lot.
For the second straight week, Vista del Lago will head on the road to Elk Grove, but this time they face the Roaring Lions Den.
Yeah, our fans are awesome. We fill the place up, and they get excited about games, and it's like a little atmosphere. It's really good. The kids are excited about playing at home. We get this chance to go out there and hopefully show out from our crowd.
We do have a small school, but the people who do come out, they bring a lot of energy, they bring a lot of camaraderie, and they really just know each other. So I just feel like it's a great environment up in the Lions Den.
One thing we can count on from both these programs: physicality and a love of competition.
Oh, we're just a smash mouth team. We're just ready to work hard. We just like to, just outwork, just do what we can.
Very smash mouth ball team. We do get after it, and we're very competitive. And I feel like we're just a lot stronger this year, and I feel like we're just ready to compete.
I just want to be known as a physical team that does what they need to do. When other people, the other team is acting crazy, that we're able to stay intact and do what we need to do to go out there and get the win, no matter what.
We want to be known for our culture. How we pick up the guy that we knock down after the play. Really play football for football, have one love type of a mentality.
And the respect between these two well-coached teams runs deep.
Bradshaw Christian has been very good for a very long time. They have run their system for years. They do a really good job of getting their kids to buy into it and believing it. We're really excited to walk in there and compete versus a very physical football team on Friday.
Anytime you get to play a good team like Vista, it's a win for us. We're excited. The kids are excited. We know they have a good football squad there. So for us, it's a great test.
Definitely should be a good game out there at Bradshaw Christian. ABC 10, really looking forward to being there this Friday night. Now, we're going to look into last week's highlights, starting with Casa Roble and Placer.
Good evening from Casa Roble High School, the site for our first ABC 10 Game of the Week this season, but it features a familiar matchup. For the 5th year in a row, the Placer Hillman and Casa Roble Rams meet in Week 1. All I can say is it's about time. Finally, our patience has paid off and football is here. The energy was palpable at Casa Roble High School tonight, not just from the home crowd led by the Rams varsity cheer team, but from the opposing student section as well.
This is Placer, baby! This is the goal line!
Those Hillmen sure know how to travel in style. Over the last 4 seasons, Placer and Casa Roble has clashed on opening week, with the home team winning every single time. And early on, it looked like that trend would continue as the Rams came out as if they were shot out of a cannon. Early first quarter, senior quarterback Aiden Lopez flips it to fellow senior Jalen Barcenas, who turns the corner and hops into the end zone for Casa Roble's first touchdown of 2025. But they weren't done there. Later in the first quarter, Lopez finds wide receiver Jared Alexander wide open down the sidelines. He breaks a tackle, and there's nothing but warm summer air and turf between him and 6 points. But before the first quarter came to a close, Placer finally got going. In the red zone, the Hillmen, who are known for their tricky run game, decided to air it out. Quarterback Liam Grant connects with fellow senior Alex Lopez for the score, and Placer is on the board. However, the Rams didn't let go of momentum for long. Their next drive, this catch by Carter Koss puts the Rams in excellent position for their third touchdown of the game, and it felt like all the momentum was on their side. But momentum is a tricky thing. It can switch on a dime, and the sudden pick six by Placer linebacker Carter Soderman had the Hillmen right back in the game. Now, believe it or not, this game is still going on. It kicked off late because of the heat. Last checked, Casa Roble had a one-score lead in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned to ABC10.com for the final score.
All right, the good news, the game is still not going on this morning. If it were, that'd be the longest game of all time. Casa Roble went on to win this one 46-30. Congratulations to the Rams. Well, if you ask me, the biggest game of the night, at least on paper, took place at Rockland High School as the Thunder welcomed in the Turlock Bulldogs. Now, this was a matchup of two of the top 10 teams in the section, but my goodness, Rockland made those Bulldogs look like Chihuahuas. Let's get you out to Rockland High School. It's always a vibe there for Friday night football. The band getting funky with it. The Turlock Bulldogs making the 100-mile trip from the 209 to be there. We'll pick this one up in the third quarter and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Reeve Sloan show. He somehow evades a tackler there, throws it nearly 40 yards down the field to Josiah Andrews, who has a nice catch and run. Reeve Sloan, you are unreal, dude. Now, later on the drive, check out this run by Damian Pataloglu. Damian goes up the gut, and mama, there goes that man. 22 yards to the house. Yeah, Damian ain't no joke. That put the Rockland up 28-0. This game, all Thunder. The Rockland, they go on to pound Turlock 35-7. Next, we're heading to Elk Grove, where we have a matchup of two of the top 20 teams in the section. The Monterey Trail Mustangs hosting the Inderkum Tigers of Natomas. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Monterey Trail ball. Odie Jefferson is going to take the pitch. And just like the Jeffersons, he's moving on up. Well, for a nice game before he's pushed out of bounds by Kevin Teeter. Now, later on the drive, look at this fake right here. It was so good, it faked out the cameraman. Well, that was me. We finally catch up to him. Mr. Caden Love is running this in for 6. Great name, too, Mr. Caden Love. Monterey Trail would take an early 7-0 lead, but back comes Inderkum. First play from scrimmage for the Tigers, and Isaiah Gibbons, it's Jordan Cole on the slant. Cole just refuses to go down as he breaks off a nice gain. Now, when our cameras left this game, Monterey Trail was leading 7-0, and the Mustangs hold on to win this one 27-22. Now, one of the things I love about Friday night football is the bands. Now, we've got a lot of talented bands throughout the Sac-Joaquin section, and such was the case with Laguna Creek last night. Hit me. Sing it. Will you be my girl? Do, 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 do. All right. Well, they don't get you ready for football. I'm not sure what will. And look at the Laguna Creek student section. They are lit, literally. The Laguna Creek Cardinals hosting the Vista del Lago Eagles out of Folsom. We're going to pick this up in the second quarter. Laguna Creek ball. Jaden Debs going deep. And like a good neighbor, Kean Smith is there for the touchdown. Ooh-wee. That put the Cardinals on the board. But back come the Eagles. Ensuing drive for Vista del Lago. Jackson Cromwell takes the handoff and watch him carry a bunch of Cardinals on his back. That's a mean run. Yeah, Jackson drinks milk. Same drive for the Eagles. Jacoby Moore throws a dart into the chest of Kyle Cromwell. Kyle gets spun around. You spin me round right, baby. Anyway, he eggs off for the touchdown. Go ahead, Kyle. That will be the equalizer. Now, this game would go the distance, and Vista del Lago hangs on to get the win. Final score, 35-22. All right, we are going to keep this show going. I am not tired yet. Now, the Wood Creek Timberwolves are led by a new head coach this season, so everyone is wondering, what will Wood Creek look like this year? Well, according to what we saw last night, they look pretty darn good. Let's get you out to Roseville. The Timberwolves always show up and show out. Jesuit making their way from Carmichael to battle Wood Creek. All right, we're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Jesuit ball. The pitch to Jeremiah Brannon is fumbled. Max Nearison picks it up, and he has nothing but green grass in front of him. Mad Max takes that to the house for a Timberwolves touchdown. All right, now let's head to the second quarter. Jesuit would answer right back. Teddy Rios going to the air. Look at the beautiful fade ball to Rocco Luchetti for the touchdown. Right into your living room, folks. That got the Marauders on the board. But you know you can't hold a Timberwolf down for long. Later in the second quarter, Wood Creek near the goal line. Kingston Acosta is going to take the handoff. And Sir Kingston, you have yourself a touchdown. This game, all Wood Creek, they go on to defeat Jesuit 38-13. I'd say the Kyle Stowers era is off to a good start. All right, next we're heading to Granite Bay, where the Grizzlies are hosting the Rio Americano Raiders. Great crowd on hand. Looks like it was neon night in the student section. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Granite Bay in the red zone. Just give the ball to Isaiah Ine and get out the way. Ine beast his way in the end zone for a touchdown. Loses his helmet. But look at that hair right there. I'm telling you, get that man an endorsement deal with Head and Shoulders immediately. That gives the Grizzlies an early lead. And how about that Grizzly defense? Don't believe me, just watch. Rio Americano going to the air, but it's picked up by Darnell Turner. Turner says, look, I don't know what you guys have planned for tonight, but I have reservations for 6. He takes that back to the house. We call that a good old-fashioned pick 6. All right, now it's the second quarter. It's Isaiah Ine again. To all the kids out there who want to learn how to run like a running back, watch this dude run. My goodness, Isaiah Ine, you don't want to make him mad. He's in for another touchdown. Granite Bay goes on to win this one 45-17. All right, next we're heading to Fair Oaks, where the Bella Vista Broncos welcome in the Oakmont Vikings out of Roseville. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Bella Vista ball. Devon Norwood is going to take the handoff, and watch Devon. He just plunges in for the touchdown. But see, back comes Oakmont. Those Vikings said, we ain't going out like no punk on this night. They're going to go to their air game, too. Elijah Stevens is going to drop a dime on Malachi Alexander for the touchdown. Bella Vista, though, would hang on to win this one. They defeat Oakmont 35-14. And finally, we're heading back to Roseville's. The West Park Panthers welcome in the Whitney Wildcats out of Rockland. Now, both of these teams can make magic happen on the field. If you don't know, now you know. Now, this game was not the high-scoring match to start, but West Park with the ball right here, that's Jaden Jackson. He throws dimes right in the breadbasket. Jaden, you are too much, my friend. And see, the air show is going to continue with Mr. Jaden because, I mean, the man can throw the rock. One more time right here, he's going deep, and like a good neighbor, number 3 there again. I mean, they are a better duo than Batman and Robin, than Peanut Butter and Jelly, than Ren and Stimpy. Anyway, this was a pretty good game, but West Park, in the end, would win a defensive battle. The final score there, 17-13. Well, high school football here in Sacramento was on the national spotlight to end the opening week. Folsom and Grant played on ESPN in a game that was highly anticipated in the community. Let's get you out to Grant High School. The defending state champion Pacers fired up for the big game. But standing in their way, perennial NorCal powerhouse Folsom, who have won 4 straight section titles, by the way. And talk about this game being the hottest ticket in town. It was standing room only. Literally, over 5,000 people packed the stadium for the big game. Many of them there to see that guy, 5-star quarterback Ryder Lyons. Thank you for the smile, Ryder. And spoiler alert, he didn't let the fans down. We'll get to that in a second. In the meantime, we'll pick this game up in the first quarter. Grant punting the ball to Folsom. Jamison Powell initially muffs it, picks it up in his own end zone, and watch Jamison turn into a video game character. He cuts this outside, and just like a kid running home on a Saturday night to make curfew, Jamison is going to run this all the way to the house. You see, kids, that's why you never give up on a play. Folsom would then convert the 2-point conversion to take an early 8-0 lead, but Grant comes right back and ensuing drive for the Pacers. Tyson Griffin takes the handoff and looking like Mike Tyson on this one as he beasts his way in for the touchdown. The kid is just a sophomore. Go ahead and flex on them. That put Grant on the board. All right, now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Ryder Lyons show. Here late in the first quarter, Ryder takes the snap and says, I'll just do it myself. He jukes, spins, and plows his way in for the Bulldogs touchdown. And Ryder was just warming up. Don't believe me, just watch. Now here in the second quarter, Ryder going to the air, and like a good neighbor, Rob Larson is there for the catch as he runs this in for a touchdown. Larson was huge tonight. He led the Bulldogs in receiving. Now later in the quarter, this Ryder Lions dude knows how to thread a perfect ball. Check this out as he puts it right in the hands of Isaiah Williams, and Williams carrying a bunch of Pacers on his back. He nearly gets in for the touchdown. Folsom would lead 23-7 at the half, and boy, them Bulldogs never looked back in the second half. In fact, they had to use a running clock in the fourth quarter because Folsom put this game so far out of reach. Also, shout out to Folsom's defense, who were superb on the evening. The secondary had this game on lock. In the end, the Bulldogs come into Grant's house and win this one 51-13. Ryder was 31 of 37 for 408 yards, 4 touchdowns. He also added another touchdown on the ground. Unfortunately, we don't even have time to show you all of Ryder's highlights because ESPN limits what we could show 48 hours after the game. But just know Ryder is that dude. Also, congrats to Coach Doherty and staff on a huge win. Oh, well, I'll tell you this. We cannot wait for another week of high school football action here in the Sac-Joaquin section. Now, be sure to watch us every Friday night at 11 o'clock for highlights from all the big games. And, of course, we'll have those highlights on ABC10 Plus, our free 24/7 streaming app, where you can keep up to date with sports, news, and weather anytime. I'm Kevin John. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.